The Hammersmith ghost murder, when fear killed a man. The terrifying true story of a ghost and a real death in the streets of London. London, 1804. The streets of Hammersmith were gripped with fear, not of thieves, not of war, but of something far worse, a ghost, white tall, gliding through alleyways at night. Locals believed it was the restless spirit of a suicide victim, damned to walk the earth. But what happened next wasn't a haunting, it was a murder. This is the true story of the Hammersmith ghost murder, when fear itself pulled the trigger. Scene 1. The ghost that terrified London. It began just after Christmas, 1803. People claim they saw a ghostly figure wandering near Hammersmith churchyard. A tall man dressed in white burial robes, glowing, floating. Silent. Some said it leapt from behind gravestones. Others said it passed straight through walls. One pregnant woman reportedly fainted from shock. A brewer saw it late at night and collapsed. He died hours later. Panic spread. Night watch patrols were organized, and men began carrying pistols, not for thieves but for ghosts. It was Scene 2, the fatal night. On the night of January 3rd, 1804, a 29-year-old excise officer named Francis Smith joined the patrol. He had heard the tales. He had seen the fear, and he was determined to kill the ghost. At around 11 p.m., in the thick London fog, Smith spotted a white figure ahead. He shouted, "Who are you?" "Speak or I'll fire!" There was no reply, only silence and mist. Smith pulled the trigger. Bang! The figure fell, but it wasn't a ghost. It was Thomas Millwood, a bricklayer, walking home from his sister's house, wearing his usual white overalls. Scene 3, the trial that shook England. Francis Smith was charged with murder. The courtroom buzzed. He hadn't meant to kill a man. He believed he was shooting a spirit. But the law was clear. Whether ghost or man, the judge said, you had no right to kill. But just 2 days later, King George III commuted the sentence to 1 year of hard labor. 1804, what was the ghost? After the trial, a man came forward. John Graham, a shoemaker, confessed that he had been pretending to be the ghost. He wore a white sheet to scare his apprentice, who had been frightening his children with ghost stories. But even after his confession, sightings of the Hammersmith ghost continued. Some claimed they saw 2 figures now. Others said the original spirit, angered by the killing, had returned. To this day, some locals say you can still hear whispers near the churchyard. And on cold January nights, a tall white shape appears at the corner of Black Lion Lane. Just watching. Outro. In the end, no one really knows what haunted Hammersmith that winter. Was it a ghost? A prank gone wrong, or just mass hysteria that turned belief into bloodshed? One thing is certain, fear killed a man. And in the dark, foggy streets of old London, that fear still walks. Subscribe to Beyond Films for more terrifying tales from the haunted history of the UK, where fact and folklore blur, and death never sleeps.